Without a doubt, just give a shout, say what's up.
Hello. Welcome. Today we are going to talk about something you all deal with every day of your daily life, whether you realize it or not. Sexual ethics, which really means that deciding what's right and what's wrong in a particular situation in that dating game. Because that dating game goes on between boys and girls. And sometimes, in real life, it isn't always so easy to know what is the right or the fair thing to do. Is it ever okay to lie to a girlfriend? Or cheat on a boyfriend? Or move in on a friend's steady? Let me ask you this. If anybody here, if you know that your girlfriend's boyfriend is cheating because somebody told you, and you know that this is true, not just that it's a rumor, would you tell your best girlfriend?
Yes, I would definitely tell her. I think she has a right to know. Her boyfriend should not be cheating on her. So as a best friend, since I care for her, I would definitely tell her.
Would you lose the friendship, you think?
I don't think so. If she really trusted me as a best friend, she would keep my friendship because she would know that I'm helping her. I wouldn't want...
She would confront the boy?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think she would want a boyfriend cheating on her, especially if people knew about it.
Yes?
I wouldn't want to be the one that, would tell my best friend. Because what they do between them is their business. So I wouldn't want to get in the middle of their business.
So here we have a conflicting opinion. You would say, and you would say, it's not my business. Let me ask you something. Let's suppose that you have a boyfriend, and that boyfriend makes a pass at you, and you like him very much. Your best girlfriend has a boyfriend, I mean to say. And that same boy makes a pass at you, and you really like him. Would you go out with him?
I wouldn't go near him because who's to say that he wouldn't do the same thing to me?
Ah, very interesting. So you are already thinking ahead of saying, if that guy is doing that with me, then maybe if I go out with him, he'll do it also. So you are doing it really because you will not trust him. Okay. How about, does anybody here have an experience where you kissed or did something with somebody intimately, privately? I'm not talking about sex. I'm only talking about holding hands or kissing. Did anybody ever have an experience that somebody kissed and then afterwards told somebody? Yes? Tell me the story. Tell me the story. Here he kissed you.
And he went around telling other people
But
that
he
he
did.
kissed me. Yeah.
Did he tell the truth or did he even make up more stories?
He
did
fabricated
touch.
the story.
He fabricated it. So he didn't just say, I kissed, he said, I touched or I went further.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I confronted him and he denied it, and we just don't speak to each other anymore.
He never admitted it? No. If he had admitted it, if he would have said, look, I know it wasn't the right ethical thing for me to do. I didn't do the right thing. I asked you to forgive me. Would you have forgiven him?
Probably. He didn't say too much, so probably. Yeah.
So what it really means also in terms of that relationship of if
you... a little more trust between the people.
Yeah.
Between two people to make it work. You know?
Did anybody else have an experience like this? That somebody went around and told stories that weren't even true? Yes, over there. Yeah. Speak up louder.
Last week we were at a farm, and I took a picture with one of my friend's boyfriends.
Yes.
And somebody saw us and took the story and changed it around. And it didn't go that way. We just took a picture.
Oh, so what was the story that they changed? That you really were kissing or?
No, they said that me and him weren't going steady.
Right.
Yes, and we wasn't. We were just friends.
And you just took a picture? Did it hurt you?
Yes.
That's the things that that's what I'm talking about when I talk about sexual ethics and what is the right thing to do with each other. Is it sometimes all right to tell a best friend everything. We were talking about somebody talking to somebody and making up stories. Is it sometimes all right, let's say a guy, can you tell your best friend, your male friend, can you tell him what you did with a girl on a date?
Sure, why not? He's your best friend. He's someone you could trust.
Are you, and how do you make sure that he doesn't talk?
Well, first I wait for him to say something that he did. So if I don't do it, then he will.
So you wait for him to tell you a story, and then?
Then I realize that we have a trust, and I can tell him a story.
And then you can tell him the story and trusting him. Now, we have to take a break. We are going to come right back, and we are going to talk further about those issues of breaking up, okay?
I'm Linda Ellerby. I read Esquire magazine, so I think it's a fine idea for Esquire to take to the air. I think it's an even finer idea Esquire asked me to contribute to the show. But the TV show is called Esquire, about men for women. So I can't help but wonder, does Esquire think I'm a man? Do you? Find out on Lifetime, on Esquire, about men for women. Sort of.
Today at 12:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. only on Lifetime. Come on, let's go.
Taxi! Quick! Family trilogy! Ciao!
Where are you going? See you later. Where am I going?
Live in Britannia.
Oh, Mama, don't feed me no bologna. I don't want no ham and cheese. I want something hot and hearty. I want a man which please.
Don't feed me no bologna!
I want a man which please.
Oh, no, I'm not talking turkey. I want a bigger D. Don't feed me just a sandwich. I want a sandwich meal.
But don't feed me no bologna.
I want a sandwich meal.
Don't feed me no bologna.
I want a sandwich meal.
Eureka takes you under the rug to show you all the cleaning power of the low-cost Boss. 50% extra suction power to cut your cleaning time in half. The Boss from Eureka, the power to sweep you off your feet.
A little cheddar makes plain chili taste better, but take the cheddar cheese away. Hey, so add a little cheddar cheese and add a lot of taste. Yeah, cheese makes all the difference.
Okay, love, you all right? Got a bit of heat
Я не
stroke?
американка.
Oh, you're a glasnost, eh?
Да.
Oh, you want a guide or something?
Я хочу американский большой.
Well, how about we get something to eat first, eh?
Борщ?
Gesundheit.
Okay.
Live in Britannia.
Raise your hand, okay? We are talking about sexual ethics. And you know, on soap operas, people are always lying to lovers and stealing their sister's boyfriends. But remember, that's just television. You are not supposed to do that. Okay, let me ask you something. Did it ever happen to anybody here that you had a date, you made a date for a certain evening or for a certain afternoon, and then something better came along and you broke that first date? Did that ever happen?
If I had a date, I would feel obligated that I would have to go out with the person. But if something better came along and I wasn't really interested in the person,
What would you
I
do?
guess
How
I
would you
would-
say?
I
Would you
guess
use
I
a
would make
white
up-
lie? What would you do?
a little excuse.
A little excuse.
I fib.
Does anyone do fib? Which means what? An excuse? Yes, over there?
I would say I would still go with the person that I first picked because I made a promise to that person, so I wouldn't want to hurt her feelings.
That's very nice. You see? That's the ethical way of doing it. Because you wouldn't want to hurt that feeling, so you would say to that next person, you would say next week.
I have an obligation to another person, so I would say another time.
Very nice. Tell me something. Do you, in your relationships, in your going out, is the guy expect to pay? No? Let me hear about this. Huh? I hear 50-50 now. All right, let me hear.
We're, you know, the 1980s, almost 90s, 2020, 50-50, I mean. That's
Which
another
means
show.
what? Which means what? The guy pays the movie and the girl pays the pizza?
Sure.
Something
That's
like
fair.
that. No, over there, let me hear. Let me hear. What do you think? The guy should pay?
Yep.
Tell me why. That was a clear yes. Tell me why should the guy pay?
Because he's taking you out, so he should pay.
Let me ask you something. If he does pay, not like in this case 50-50, if he does pay, can he then expect a kiss afterwards? Because he paid?
Well,
No? What do you think? What do you think?
yeah, it depends whether if it's a nice date he's looking you on or it's boring.
If it's a boring date, if it's a boring date, then you don't have to give him a kiss. But if it's a nice date, then you're expected. But here I hear something interesting. That these days, you were saying, it should be 50-50. Once or split. And once you pay, does the girl owe you anything?
No.
No, even if it's a magnificent date?
Even if it's a magnificent.
Let me ask you something. Yes? Yes?
Okay, if the male asks you out, I think he should pay.
If the boy asks you.
If the male asks you out.
And
But
what if you ask him out?
I'll pay. I don't mind paying.
Right?
But if either one of us comes short, we should be able to put in together.
Okay, if somebody is missing a few dollars, you should... You agree with that? Tell me. Who gossips more? Girls or boys? Let me see a show of hands. What are the girls say? Guys, what do you say in the locker room? Let me hear. What's the gossip in the locker room? Don't say names.
Guys talk about what to do with certain girls. And
Do they go, how far they go? Who said that, yes?
Who's listening?
What?
The more they get to listen, the more they keep on saying, you know. They can wait.
Even if it's not true?
Sure.
Yes, what do they say? How far they went?
Say how far they went.
What if they touch the breast?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Now, is it, do you agree that the more people are listening to you, the more you're going to fabricate a story?
It depends on who the people are.
What about the girls? What do the girls gossip? Yes, over there.
I talk about the boys, but it depends on who I'm telling it to. If I'm telling it to a person that, you know, will go back and say something, I won't tell her everything. But if I depend on a person, you know, I'll tell her everything that happened.
If it's your girlfriend?
Yes.
Yes?
Sometimes it doesn't always depend if it's your friend or not. Because some people you just can't trust as much. Let's say you said that you did something with that certain person, and it really didn't go that way.
Let me ask you something about this, something very serious. Let's suppose you, in your heart, have decided to break up with somebody. And are you going to tell that person honestly why you are breaking up? Yes? Let me hear from, yeah.
The real reason why you're breaking up. I mean, if you did get asked by someone else and that's why you wanted to break it up, I'd make up an excuse.
In order, like what you said before, not to hurt the feelings.
Right.
And if it's something that other person, yes?
Well, what she said, you end up hurting their feelings anyway if they find out that
you
somebody else.
broke up.
Yeah.
Is there ever a reason to stay with somebody as a girlfriend, boyfriend, when inside your heart you really feel you don't want?
No.
No?
It's not
I mean, what would you do?
Why stay with them if you don't like them? Because you're just going to hurt them more, you know, the longer you prolong it. So.
Even if she likes you?
Yeah.
So what would you do? You would really break up?
Yeah.
Tell me something. How would you, let's suppose there are two girlfriends, and then there are two guys. And would you ever kind of move into that other relationship? Let's suppose you like that girl.
And I was going out with somebody else?
Yes?
No, I wouldn't.
What would you do if you like her very much? You dream about her, you think about her every night. What would you do?
It would be wrong to do. It would be wrong to
It
do.
would be wrong to do. Unless unethical. That's what we are talking about. It would be wrong to do unless you would say yes.
But what if the person you were going out first was treating you real bad, and you didn't know whether the other person you were dating or going with or supposed to be talking to was treating you better than the person that you're going out with? When you go out with the other person that's treating you better?
Yeah. So then you could break up with one and go over to the next one? Does it ever, tell me about something. Who can tell me if here you're going out with a new date, and you're very excited and you really like that person, a guy or a girl, are you supposed to tell that person everything about the other dates that you have ever had?
Not everything.
No?
Not everything. No.
Ah, who hasn't spoken? Yes. In time. So not the first time, you don't have to say I went out with 6 other girls?
Not to like, list them or anything like that.
Wait, when you say in time, what do you mean?
The longer you've been together, the more you could tell, you know.
About
show
each
her.
other, yes?
Tell them because it would be like bragging about all the other guys that we've gone out with, so they would be put down
Because of the, yeah?
You don't want to make the other guy jealous or whatever. You want him to like you who you are. You don't want to brag about the other guys you've had. Just let him, that you like him.
Now, let's suppose that the guy is really interested in you girls. And let's suppose he even has money. Would you ever, and you are not so interested. He's not your dream guy. He's not the guy like on a soap opera on television. Would you girls go out with him because he has money and... No? Yes? Oh, now let me hear. Yes?
I would use him for his money.
Is that ethical? Is that ethical?
No.
Because, yes, yes.
I wouldn't because, you know, I would like the guy for his personality, not for his money. That's
We have to take a break, but we'll be right back talking about sexual ethics.
Sergeant Cagney. I'm Detective Lacey.
Their lifetime's most dynamic detective duo.
Right where you are. Get your hands on the wall.
Patient. Sensitive.
Let's nail this sucker.
Dedicated.
Gee, police work is exciting.
Cagney and Lacey. They're doing whatever it takes
This is a bus, Bob.
to keep New York safe.
It's a jungle out there, Lieutenant.
Cagney and Lacey. Weekdays at 2 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Only on Lifetime.
All this fried chicken and only 620 calories. Impossible? Not when it's cooked in here. Introducing the revolutionary NutriFry oven convection pan. It's not the chicken that has all those calories. It's the grease and oil you've always fried it in. So instead of using this much, NutriFry uses this much. Just a tiny drop of oil. The secret is this unique thermal jet. It surrounds your food with a continuous stream of superheated air, cooking it quickly, evenly, with less cholesterol, automatically basting your food in its own natural juices. Use it as an indoor barbecue, even dry-cooked vegetables. This boiled broccoli is mush, all the nutrients and flavor washed away, while this, done in the NutriFry, is bursting with taste, color, and vitamins. Who ever heard of French fries being healthy? They are when they're cooked in here, and they never tasted better. And look, there's a removable handle for safety and convenience. Yes, you can even use NutriFry in the oven. But there's a lot more to this amazing pan. Add this radiant heat tower, and it becomes a vertical roaster. Your poultry roasts from the inside out as the fat drips harmlessly away. You get plump, juicy, mouth-watering roast chicken each and every time. Steaks and chops are healthier and more delicious than ever, and there's still more. Use these special skewers for perfect shish kebab, succulent shrimp, vibrant veggies, tender lamb or beef. You'll love every morsel, and you're sure to love this offer because NutriFry dry fries, roasts, and barbecues, all for only $29.95. Order yours now.
Have your credit card ready and call toll-free. 1-800-453-7300. That's 1-800-453-7300. Or save COD charges by sending $29.95 plus $4 shipping to NutriFry. Box 8989-L, Buffalo Grove, Illinois, 60089. That's NutriFry. Box 8989-L, Buffalo Grove, Illinois, 60089. Order now.
We are talking about sexual ethics and finding out that sometimes situations make it difficult to know what's the right thing to do. Let's suppose a boyfriend and a girlfriend are going out. They like each other. And let's suppose he wants to go a little further. You know what I'm talking about. Like touching more than just the cheeks. Like either a kiss or touching the breast, a little bit like necking and petting. And if she says, I'm not ready, what is he supposed to do? Wait. Yes, over there? Wait. And?
If you like the girl that much,
You like her a lot, and she likes you.
All right, if you like her that much, then you'll wait. If she's not ready, you'll wait. You know, there's no question about it.
Everybody here agrees? Is it the right thing to do if she says, let's wait? What about girls? You girls here. What about that you really are saying, what's the matter with you? Don't you like me? You haven't touched my breasts once.
I would never say that.
No? Does it happen that the girl really would like you? Did it ever happen to a guy that the girl really wants to go a little further than he's ready to go?
Usually the other way
No?
around. The guy.
Usually it's what?
the other way around.
Usually it's the other way around?
Yeah.
Let me, do you have an example? No names, just an example.
No, but usually it's not the girl that, I mean, if the girl does, usually she doesn't tell him. Usually he gets around to it. I don't have, like, a specific story.
But everybody here does agree that the ethical and the moral thing to do is to go according to those wishes. Yes?
Yes, exactly.
You have to respect the girls' morals.
Yeah. If the guy does.
Damn it. What, whoever, if the guy doesn't, what do you do with him?
Don't
You
dump
say,
him.
goodbye. Did ever anybody here go out with somebody? Let's suppose you broke up. Somebody broke up with you. You ever go out with somebody else just to get over that person? Like on a rebound? Let me hear. Is that good?
Using somebody else to make yourself feel better. To make you feel like it wasn't your fault. That's the reason that you broke up.
So that you are attractive and you really are okay, but it was the other person. Yes?
It's never happened to me like that, but it's happened when I broke up with a person. That this person would go with another girl just to make me just like my friend. Not really my friend or my associate, just to see what I would do. And if I don't go with you no more, why should I care?
Who else did that happen to? That somebody just tried to make you jealous? Did that happen to anybody here? That you were with somebody, yes, over there?
A friend of mine,
Yeah.
she wasn't really going out with him, but she liked him a lot, and this other boy asked her out, and she went out with him so that she can make the other boy jealous.
So she really told you that?
Yeah.
She said, I'm going to go out with him so that the other one is going to be real mad. Yeah. And did it work out at the end?
No.
It usually, right? It usually does not work out that way, yes?
I know a boy, and he broke up with this girl for he been with her for the whole school semester, and then he was mad because, like you said before, he wouldn't let her feel or whatever, and so he went out with the other girl, this cute girl, and
just to feel her up?
No, just to make the other girl jealous.
Yeah.
I mean, because she's prettier than the other girl.
Just to make her jealous?
Yeah, and so he kept saying, he told everybody that he, did, slept with her and stuff.
Is it possible to take advantage, like to do something with somebody that you know it's wrong, but you know that that person likes you very much?
You can really hurt their feelings.
Say that again?
You shouldn't, because you can really hurt their feelings.
Even so you know you could do something that is wrong according to your inner beliefs and that inner voice in you. You see how interesting that basically people know what is right and what is wrong in relationships. Right? Most people, they really do know when to go further, when not to go further, and how to go out. Now, the issue is a question of self-esteem. How do you feel the best when you have somebody who really acts like you, when you feel the same way? Is that the way, how do you feel the best about yourself? What has to happen in order for you to feel great? Yes?
When you're complimented and not put down. Like when a person says nice things to you.
Now, when a person makes you compliments and says pretty dress and a nice face, if you know that it's not honest, you most of the time know it? Yes?
You pretty much
Does
see
it
through.
feel good then or not really?
No, not at all.
So what you really say is
So
that
you
if
mean
it's
they're honest.
when it's an honest compliment, when you really feel that that is a kind of a feeling that that person really wants to say something nice and not to put you down. Who had an example of somebody being put down? Yes?
There's a girl in my class, and she's really not that good looking. And most of the boys in the class were trying to put her down on her tongue. But she's a really nice person.
Did you take her aside?
Yeah.
That's the ethical thing to do. By saying, don't do that, I'm going to be with her. Is it ethical? Is it all right to cheat on somebody's, if you are a friend with somebody, is it okay to cheat on that person? Does it ever work out if you cheat? No. You feel guilty. Let me hear about that. How does that feel when you feel guilty? There's a feeling of what?
Yeah. Insecurity. You got the person, you know.
Yeah. You feel that something is not quite right. Yeah?
You'll feel that you betrayed your friend. And
yeah? Not a good feeling.
No, because they sit and they express their feelings to you, and then you turn around and you go do something like that. Not only are you hurting their feelings, but you're gonna hurt yourself.
We are out of time. Thank you all for being